All right. Let's get it. So,
Better not be a bomb team. Whoa, we're wrapping it up with the rap show.
yeah, you like that Raptors raps?
Nice. Look at that
And
arm muscle.
yeah, unreal. Makes me feel like a bitch.
What's his
But
workout regimen? Fuck.
I know. All right, let's get right into the Toronto Raptors to wrap up today's show. Sorry about the shortness in today's show. Life shit. I explained it why there. Just fucking my life has been hectic the last 2 weeks. And
I wanted to ask before the show. I wanted to say, like, were you having technical issues, or were you having technically issues?
no, I was, I fuck you. All right. So, first off, the Toronto Raptors, I like what they did, bringing Otto Porter Jr. in, bringing back Thad Young, as well as getting themselves, basically the same team. But I love Nick Nurse. I'm a big Nick Nurse ever since reading his book. I just love this man. I think he's one of the best coaches. Fuck you. And look, they have Precious Achua, OG Anunoby, Scottie Barnes. The only eyesore on this team's Kem Birch, but Kem Birch is a good player. Brought in Honcho Hernangomez, Josh Jackson. They drafted Christian Koloku. Otto Porter Jr. is there. And, they have a lot of shooters. Like, out of all the teams who I think the best training camp invites out of all the teams, I think the Toronto Raptors got like the best players they could imagine for training camp invites. Listen to this. These are older camp invites. Gabe Brown, and Justin Champagnie. Those are, those are decent guys who went undrafted, good college players. But the real ones are DJ Wilson, Josh Jackson, two first round picks. One's a lottery pick, top 5 pick, and the other one was a top 20 pick. Okay, as fucking camp invites. And not only that, they brought in Juancho Hernangomez, who's on a deal, but one could argue that his contract shows that if he didn't perform, he could be cut. But I think really Josh Jackson, DJ Wilson competing against Gabe Brown and Justin Champagnie for a roster spot is unreal. And just this team on a whole, I love the starting lineup, which is probably going to be, you think they're going to go with Pascal starting again, or you think Chris Boucher or Kem Birch will start at center?
Abort. Well, yeah, their most used lineup last season was Freddie, Gary,
Scottie, OG, and Pascal. That's what. So I assume that's the starting lineup: Pascal, OG, Scottie, Gary Trent, Fred VanVleet. Then off the bench, you got the Thad Young, Chris Boucher, Precious Achua, and I guess you throw in Otto Porter Jr. because they're deeper now. I guess Malachi Flynn and Delano Banton are fighting for the backup guard spot. And then you have literally the first, besides Malachi or Banton as the guards, the 4 other guys coming off the bench are Achua, Chris Boucher, Thad Young, and Otto Porter Jr., we assume, right? And then you have behind that Kem Birch, and then you hit, whoever out of Flynn or Banton loses the battle, and Josh Jackson, Hernangomez, or DJ Wilson if Josh Jackson doesn't make it. I just think this is a deep team, and right now when I look at it, 5, 10, okay,
like
4,
12 deep if you really want to.
15. I'm counting the players 15, 16, so they have to cut. Yeah, they have to cut one. Like they're gonna cut Gabe Brown and Justin Champagnie because they have Dalton and Ron Harper on 2 ways. But Josh Jackson and DJ Wilson are fighting for a camp spot. So is Hernangomez, but I think Hernangomez, after his performance in Eurobasket, safe bet to be on the team.
Yeah. You're going to see a lot of interesting line. And, real quick, I also think we'll see a lot of what we saw last year where you'll have Scottie Barnes starting and then subbing out, not quickly, but after a few minutes, and then finishing off with the bench unit because he can do a little facilitating. He can do a little playmaking. I know he's been working on that as well. But you'll see a lot of long lineups as well. Like they'll throw Boucher, Precious, and Kem out there all at the same time, and their offensive rebound rate it's through the roof. It's something absurd when those guys are out on the court at the same time, and then like put in Scottie in there and then a guard. So Nick Nurse is going to experiment a lot. I'm really curious to see actually how it looks right out of the gate on Sunday in their first preseason game. But yeah, Toronto, Thaddeus getting Otto, all of a sudden they became a deep team, and I'm really still hopeful on Malachi Flynn, but I think Delano's a good basketball player, but I really need Malachi to start cooking with something. And even if they're not ready, if for some reason, worst case scenario, Delano Banton and pressure and Malachi, they're not feeling it. I'm curious your thoughts on like an Eric Bledsoe possibly making his way to Toronto at some point in the season.
I like that. I mean, I think they're giving Banton and Malachi the benefit of the doubt, and Malachi was a first round pick. Banton was a second round pick. So I think they're I bet you everybody in the front office is hoping that it's Malachi who figures it out because they got him with a first round pick. And if not, they hope Banton figures it out. And that way they don't have to do anything about it. But I think the big thing is for me, I think this is the last year of us expecting a jump from OG Anunoby. If OG Anunoby doesn't stay healthy or if he doesn't take the jump, I'm done. For the last 2 years, I've been saying OG Anunoby was going to take the jump to join the upper echelon. Like I thought OG Anunoby was going to be, the next guy to join Paul George and, Jimmy Butler as guys who were late first round picks who developed into one of the better two-way all-stars, But yes, he's improved, 6 points to 7 points to 11 points to 16 points to 17 points. And it's been very incremental. But the health, it feels like every single year he plays less and less games. So I think he's still going to be a starter in the league. I think this is the last year for him. I think to give him all-star expectations. He's 25. I think he's about, if he doesn't, stay healthy or show the leap, he is who he is, I think with OG, and he's still a great basketball player, just below all-star. But the real thing is this is what it depends on the Raptors season. The Raptors are either going to be a top 6 seed or a top 3 seed. And what it depends on, how much Scottie Barnes grows this offseason. We all know the revelation that was Scottie Barnes' rookie year. And the thing is that's only a bit of the production his future will hold. And this is a guy who can play every single position on the floor. Okay, he is Draymond Green, Ben Simmons, and fucking I don't know who's the third guy. Giannis, yeah. A smaller version of Giannis. Ben Simmons and Draymond just thrown into a guy who's 6'9". And the question is what is he going to become? Is he going to be a ball-dominant, multi-positional offensive player who also can guard every single position on defense? Or is he going to be a hypercharged, offensively more gifted Draymond Green? Or is he just going to be his own fucking player? And the answer will not only impact how the Raptors do this season, but what their ceiling is in terms of their future.
Yeah. One thing that really stands out to me with Scottie Barnes is, second half, he absolutely turned it up. 17 points a night, 8 rebounds, 4 assists with rounded up. We know he's really good on the defensive end, but I felt like he became more of a playmaker. I feel like he started, he was always getting guys going, but they really started to use him more so in that role. And, second half of the season, he only shot 27.5 from downtown. But one thing that's really nice to me is his free throw percentage is not bad in any way, shape, or form.
What is
74%.
How many attempts a game?
3.
So that's something you need to work on.
Yeah, you get that number up.
Drawing fouls, yeah.
You want to get that number up. But I think that the way he, 74%, second half 73%, first half 83%, last month of the season from the free throw line, I think that he's really going to take a jump from downtown, especially being in Toronto. So I don't even think this is a bold take. I think he'll be a 20-point per game scorer for him this year. And
you have the stat in front of you? What do you average after the All-Star break?
That was the first stat. It was 17, 8, and 4.
17, 8, and 4?
Yeah.
I want to pull up his best month because I think he averaged 20 a month, 20 points one month.
Scottie Barnes is a rising superstar.
I completely agree.
And I think we'll see a huge jump into year 2, and I think that Toronto gets a top 4 seed.
You want to hear something crazy? In my mock drafts, I think my last 2 mock drafts, I picked up when that Scottie Barnes was going to Toronto. But for most of the pre-draft, I had Jalen Suggs being Toronto's draft pick because I thought Jalen Suggs would have been the perfect guy, you know, to eventually turn Fred VanVleet into the 6th man. You know, like I thought, oh, Jalen Suggs, future point guard. And then after a season or 2, you make Fred VanVleet or Gary Trent the 6th man, and then you put Suggs in. But Scottie Barnes was the right pick. And Scottie Barnes' first month was his best scoring month in 7 games. Okay, in the month of October, he averaged 18 points. Yeah, I mean, he was shooting 22% from 3, but 55% from the field. And his second best month was literally 16 games in March, 51% from the field, 23% from. That's the thing with Scottie Barnes, is just becoming a consistent shooter, because Scottie Barnes literally he would have months where he shot 40%, then 36%, then he'd followed up with a 24% from 3, then a 37.5, then a 23% month, then a 31.8, then a 31.3, then 27. You know, like he would have 2-3 months hot as fuck, then a month, you know. I just think just being consistent is a big thing.